Hello, 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 hello. Alright. Alright, everything should be fine. I'm gonna check. Alright, everything should be fine. If anything else, if I find out I'm like, you can't hear me the whole stream, that'd be great. It'll be truly a background stream because I couldn't hear anything. Alright, that should be fine. Well, it's been a while, but this time I had an excuse. As I said, I went, the thing I was about to do, I went on a trip. Now, I have done a trip before on my channel. I'll be perfectly honest. It's not gonna be as good because I won't lie. I forgot while I was on the trip because I won't hold you. I love the trip. It was really cool, really cool. But we didn't really go too many places that were attraction or anything different from last time. Mostly eating, but I will up the ante on the editing on that one, but I'll have that out a little bit later, just because of I'm gonna edit all the stuff in and then add some little motifs to it. I don't know what that means. I just said it, or some edits in there that make it a little more cooler, other than all the live action, live, yeah, live action stuff that should be in there. But other than that, we're gonna go ahead and get into Genshin. Um, that look very bright. Last time on Dragon Ball Z Kai, I'm guessing there's an event. Oh, that's actually uh, you know what was funny? I have not touched the TCG game part of this game at all.
You think
Um,
I've got a sharp tongue? I just tell it like it is. If someone can't handle it, maybe that's their problem.
okay, Ryuji. All right, I'll turn down the brightness of the light in a minute. Added code added to the light of the game, but of course it's nighttime in the game. Well, last time to get you caught up because it's been a good bit. We had our little magic show. Um, should I? Can I even teleport there? Where is it at? Oh well, I can. Cause I was sure enough about to. I know what I just did. Hold up. Oh, yeah. For some reason, I took it off the actually thing. I was trying to place a wet point, but we did the play.
I came here several times with my father when I was little, but stopped eating here as often after growing up. I hope the food here will be to your taste.
Sure. I'm not really picky. Do you have Asian food? Do you? I, to be perfectly honest, I'm maxing while we're in Fontaine, so I'm guessing
Oh,
not.
don't worry. We haven't eaten at a hotel like this in a while. Ooh, Paimon's getting excited already.
Has it been like since like Leeway? Yeah, I think it's been like since Leeway. Consumer was like pretty much just trees everywhere, and then no, and then yeah, and then Inazuma was Inazuma. There's a lot of sweets there, but not a lot of like luxury food. It's food I would like, but I do
In
understand.
that case, I'll go order for us first. Please wait here a moment.
Ooh, everything looks so good. People in Fontaine sure know how to enjoy life.
That's a lot of food. Whoever cooked that lasagna is right there. I don't know how they did that to the lasagna, and if that's just one piece of the lasagna, good gracious, that's a lot of lasagna.
Why, of
A lot of
course.
bread though.
Go ahead, try whatever you like. If the food's good, I'll make a group reservation for the rest of Spina di Rosula next time.
Spina de Rosula. Yeah, you see that? Yeah, I've been, you know, trying out. Because one of my favorite characters, as I
And
said,
if
has a
it's
French
not,
name.
Well, then I'll still bring everyone. Albeit with only one dish per table.
you sure have your own way of doing things.
Yeah,
Oh, we called this a farewell meal, but we could also treat it like a victory feast, right? We did just win that case after.
Oh, true. Very true. In that case, boss, we'll have another 2 dishes.
oh no.
Paimon didn't mean that you had to order even more food.
Don't worry about it, Palmon. It's all under tab.
Speaking of cases, do you think that the mastermind behind the serial disappearances will get caught soon now that this has all happened?
They have not touched that plate right there, right next to her, at all.
Well, we've certainly taken a big step forward, but I feel that's about it. We know that there's an organization that means to dissolve these young women, but we still don't know what they are really after.
After I'm gonna call her right now. I don't know the story. They probably added in the story in a minute. I'm gonna call it now. They're working for um whatever Archinina. I don't remember her name, and they're doing it so they can fight the Archon when the world gets dissolved and save everyone. Or, and my other hypothesis, they just doing it for money. It's a big scheme. She's using it so she can dissolve people because the guy at the he falls in the water and stuff that they're symbolizing that you know people are gonna get dissolved and she's trying to I genuinely do not okay no.
If it hadn't happened right in front of us, Paimon wouldn't have ever believed that a person could be dissolved like that.
Right? Yet it was because this was such a preposterous notion that the investigation could never really move forward before.
Ugh. If only that guy could have finished speaking. We were so close to hearing who was behind it.
In such investigations, even the smallest step can seem like a yawning chasm if the trail of clues is cut off. To be honest, I don't have high hopes for any follow-up that the authorities might conduct. It's not that I don't have faith in their ability. It's just that a different perspective is required in some matters.
So you're just saying they just suck at that job. I get that. Most of the cops, and authorities, and all of them are pretty much suck. The only one I'll probably give is probably decent is, I don't know. Pretty much, actually, all of them kind of suck. I give them like leeway maybe, but other than that, pretty much they all suck.
It's easy to guard against and deceive a single narrow perspective. A shift in thinking is required at such times in order to produce a breakthrough. Which is exactly why the Spina di Rosula exist. Those highfalutin folk are not all-knowing. That's why we exist. To seep into the cracks where filth falls through, where their watch fails them. That's the kind of problems we solve.
So the remnants.
Seems Paimon thought things were simpler than they actually are.
It's all right. Well, this was supposed to be a farewell meal, so I doubt you have further interest in this business, right? Let's talk about something else. Like, what are your future plans?
That's true. We didn't have a chance to speak to her after the trial ended. It didn't really seem like the right time or place to do it anyway.
And I'm pretty sure she would not have talked. She probably was sulking.
I see. So, your primary objective, which has been foiled so far, was to have a chat with the Hydro Archon. I've heard that there's a long line of people waiting to meet Lady Farina. I suspect you'll be waiting for quite a while, considering that you missed your chance today.
No, we'll somehow meet her again. I bet you. We just have that kind of, power.
Yeah, we've heard that she's super popular here in Fontaine, and that it'll be tough getting any of her time.
Well, would you consider some more, unique ways? Perhaps even methods of, let's say, questionable legality?
What do you mean? Tax evade? No.
Guess that's
No, I
Spina di
don't,
Rosula's
but-
boss for you. Chock full of sketchy ideas. Well,
Tell
what
us.
did you have in mind?
Well, one way would be to infiltrate a performance troupe at the Opera House, only to abandon your act at the play's climax and ask to speak to her after the performance.
Ooh.
I'm sure Lady Farina would be eager to see the ending, and would agree in order to finish watching the play. Don't you think?
Could you suggest something a little more practical? This plan seems pretty hard to pull off. We'd have to go learn how to act, and acting's really hard.
All right, here's another. Find a way to conceal yourselves under her bed. Then wake her up in the dead of night and demand answers. Don't let her go back to sleep until she answers all your questions.
We said questionable legality. The other one, questionable. This one, not. It's very illegal.
I can personally testify that this one works. When I'm sleepy, I'll do anything as long as I can finally get some sleep.
Okay.
That might work, but that's not really the problem. The problem is we don't want to get ourselves arrested.
Ah, valid point. I overlooked that part. I was just thinking about leveraging a person's desire for sleep. All right, no more joking around. Perhaps you could... Oh, I don't know. Cut the line when she's on a break.
What does that mean?
You did defeat her in court, clearing citizens of hers from false accusations. False accusations she had nearly upheld personally. I imagine that she feels quite ashamed about the whole thing.
You mean that if we catch her while she's on a break, she might be too embarrassed to refuse? Oh, that does make some sense. Why don't we give it a try after this meal? You know, strike while the iron is hot and all.
Huh? Paimon, did you drink my Fanta?
Was this your drink? Sorry about that. Paimon wasn't really paying attention and the cup was right next to Paimon. Would you like to order another?
No, it's fine. We're just about done here.
Alright. Honestly, Paimon wouldn't recommend Fanta anyway. It tastes kind of salty and icky.
What? Wait, we gotta say Fanta or Fanta? Uh, Oh, Fontaine, yeah, that,
Is that so? Huh. Well, in that case, we'll have to blacklist the Fanta here then.
what?
If we're all finished eating, then I'll go pay.
Yeah, we're stuffed. Thanks for the treat, Navia.
Salty. What drink is salty? They were sitting there eating a slurp on chicken broth.
So full. Paimon can barely float anymore.
You know what's funny? That they actually can Paimon walk? We have not seen Paimon walk at all.
Nah, that would be so normal. You know, like you.
Okay. As for expenses this month, we're left with...
Hey, Navia, what are you doing over there?
Oh, nothing. It was just a meal, you know? Nothing the Spina di Rosula can't cover.
Let's get ready to try to meet the Hydro Archon again. Bye, Navia!
Bye. If you're broke, that's fine. We're pretty much broke too.
So this is goodbye, huh? Well, if you do encounter any other trouble in Fontaine,
Actually,
you're always
pretty
welcome
much
to
we're not,
contact
but-
the Spina di Rosula. I'll give your requests the highest priority. In any case, I wish you smooth sailing. I'll see you again, partner.
See ya!
We start a new chapter. My God. Don't worry about all the just look at that. That's a lot more problems than I'd rather deal with right now. Okay. Can I not teleport there? Of course I can't. It's not generally that far. I'm gonna just change this team. We'll go with this team.
Think you can bully me?
Faster in some way. Oh. Just gonna hit you one time. I'm leaving. Alright. Just in case a fight may persist, I will change my team. Alright.
There aren't many people around anymore. Looks like that boat we took to Araneas might have been the last one.
Vache.
Vache.
Looks like we're back here again, huh? Traveler? Are you hearing voices again? Ugh. That's kinda spooky. Are you sure we don't want to come back in the morning?
No, Paimon. We must listen to the voices.
Vache? Vache!
Hey, why are you still walking towards it? There might be something nasty in the water. Huh? Hang on. Paimon can kinda hear a voice. It's calling for Vache, right? Hey, Traveler? Stop walking! Come on, wake up!
Vache! Are you... my dear Vache? No, wait. You seem to be someone else. Do you know Vache? Do you know where my love is? Wait. Who am I? I'm very sorry. I fear I do not know. My memories feel like they have been washed away like a flood. So many fragments dissolved amidst the tide, never to be recovered.
Oh, I get it now. That makes sense. Because, they say they're getting dissolved. This must be one of the people who was dissolved.
How much have I lost? How many things that I once held dear while on land have I since forgotten? Yes, that is what I was once. But now, I am but the consciousness of one who is lost. I do not know how I came to be like this either. I only vaguely remember being covered in light blue water, and then all grew dim.
Yep. So, as I said, that would make sense.
I also remember going to many places. I loved adventure, loved exploring places of peril. No matter where I went, Vache would go with me. I knew how dearly he loved me, and I also loved him equally as much. But now, we can no longer go back. The pain of such parting, I never knew how heavy it could be. No, our reunion no longer has any meaning. There is no way for us to create any new memories. The thought of me gives him no succor. So let it lie forgotten beneath the waters. If you meet Vache, tell him not to look for me. Tell him to move on. That is the only thing. Perhaps that is so. As I was submerged in the waters, losing consciousness, I saw Vache above the surface. His eyes were filled with such sorrow. If only I could have comforted him. Told him that I did not suffer. Indeed. Is that what you call it? Dissolving? If anything, I consider it a form of release.
Oh no. I'm telling you. Like, let me check something. Look at it. Uh, yeah, we'll just go with that. I was looking more pale than anything else. Um, yeah, getting characters in there. Existential crisis. Simulator. Like literally, I can't remember which one it was, which quest it was. They literally no, it literally this whole they're like, man, who cares? We're gonna dissolve, bro. Oh my god, I'm just trying to get like a bagel or something. You want this bag? Well, who cares about the bag? We're just gonna dissolve. Oh my gosh, please. Just take the damn bag. Just take the damn bag.
It was a state of neither fear nor frenzy, with only an endless peace. like the water still surface.
You say that, but you were calling out Vashay. Yeah, Vashay.
I could also liken it to being a thirsty person who drinks water for the first time, and only then sees how they have lived for so long in a world of endless want and anxiety. I think I hear your companion. It's time for you to go, I think. Farewell, then. I am glad that you were able to sense my presence. Remember, if you see Vashay, tell him not to seek me out any longer.
The traveler again.
Wake up! Come on, hurry! Navia's outnumbered!
Bro, what happened while I was asleep?
Demoiselle, look out!
Dear God, it's a whole army of Gardamex. Chlorand? Quick, now's our chance!
My God. Oh, she has a gun too. That's what's. My God. If we can't do this with her, these characters, I'll be mad. If she doesn't fight, I'm gonna be mad. What is going on? How long would I sleep?
I should thank you for lending us your sword there, Chlorand.
And I will
But
also
before I
say,
do so, could you explain how you managed to show up here?
I will also say, of course, again, Traveler does nothing in a fight. He has to have help. Can I get once where the Traveler actually does it by himself? Not counting Child's fight.
I followed you. It seemed to me that danger has followed you more closely as of late.
I believe that following someone without their knowledge is actually called stalking, is it not?
Oh, what is it really following somebody?
Mr. Callus's last wish was for me to ensure your safety, and I will not betray his trust. He would do the same, were he alive today.
Okay.
Do not speak of my father.
Sorry, demoiselle. I was not strong enough.
Thank you for your aid, Miss Clorand, but do keep an eye out for your manner of speech. I believe we all wish to avoid unnecessary emotional harm.
Sorry, I did not consider your feelings.
Whatever. What else do you know? How did you come to the conclusion that I'd be in grave danger?
I doubt I know much more than you, but I believe that the mastermind behind the serial disappearances is very powerful. Your performance tonight will almost certainly attract their attention.
I'm sure they've known about me. To be honest, I'm shocked it's taken them this long to act against me. And what about these Gardamex? I thought only those associated with the Maison Gardiennage could control them.
Well, they are machines. And guess what happened? They hacked them. So, and I wouldn't think it'd be that hard. They're literally they're sitting around all over the place. Like, let me take this, doot, 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 doot. Oh, I can control it now. Like,
None of these mecha have serial numbers. I was sure to check a moment ago. They are not the ones used by the authorities to enforce the law.
so they were made. Like I said, they're just sitting around. Somebody cluck, drag. We can make it like this. Okay. Or either an engineer who worked to make them.
I can only conclude that some powerful or wealthy party must have obtained them via illegal means, deploying them as a private force of sorts.
Now I'm gonna guess somebody made them.
What? Your point being that they're out of Spina di Rosula's league, then?
Yes. Be careful, and do not act rashly.
I will continue investigating no matter what. We will bring the truth to light. Regardless, thank you for your help today, Clarand. But if you get any ideas, tell me first. I don't much appreciate being followed.
I do not think that they'll strike again anytime soon. So I shall stop following you. Good day, all.
She didn't say she will stop following. She just, yep, I'm gonna stop following for now. Bye. As we see the
Right.
traveler. Oh my
I suppose
gosh.
that's the best news we've gotten today.
Demoiselle, I believe that Miss Clorand was being sincere with you. If we tried, we could attempt to thaw relations a little.
I know, I just... She's...
Oh, thank goodness! Paimon thought we were done for! Those Gardamex came out of nowhere while you were unconscious, and Nadia and her gang saved us! Oh, and there was that champion duelist named Clorand who came out to save us too! We got lucky there. Paimon probably couldn't have fought them off otherwise.
Oh, come now. Forget all that polite talk. That wasn't really a farewell meal we had back there. Not for me, anyway. In truth, I hope that every meal we have together shall be a victory feast.
Aw, that's
As
nice.
such, we're still partners. There's no need to thank me.
It will take 50 years for me to match Demoiselle's magnanimity.
If it were me, I would have joined the Spina di Rosula on account of her goodwill long ago.
What are y'all talking about? Now I'm confused. Okay.
All right, you two. That's enough.
Actually, Navia, how did you know that we were in danger? You sure did show up in the nick of time.
How long ago was I
Well,
knocked out?
to be honest, you're the one who tipped us off, Paimon.
Huh?
What?
Really? Paimon contributed somehow? Cool, Paimon's even more amazing than she thought!
Yes, all thanks to you grabbing my drink by mistake.
How did that help?
After we parted ways, I was on the way back to one of our bases when I suddenly thought of what you said. That the Fanta tasted kind of salty and icky. Fanta only comes in sweet flavors, so how could it have tasted salty? The color of the drink, if I recall, had also been a bit off.
Yeah, I did say that. I was like, sweet drinks shouldn't be salty. But,
So the Fanta had been spiked with water from the primordial sea?
Yes.
oh my gosh.
So, if you hadn't drunk that cup for me...
Spina di Rosula is preparing the grandest of awards for you as we speak for saving the boss.
Wait, so... okay, so it doesn't work on Paimon or the Traveler. Doesn't make sense.
Really?
Oh yeah, because it doesn't work. I won't lie, this is the stupidest stipulation. If you are from Fontaine, it works on you. But if you're not from Fontaine, it does not work on you. That is literally stupid. That's the stupidest shit ever. Because guess what? What if a lot of people come from other places and stay in Fontaine? A lot of Fontaine people leave. What do you do then? Your plane goes to the wish wash. It's done. You're stupid. Like, okay.
I sent people to Hotel de Boer to investigate, but whoever did this left no trace at all.
Well, they probably, dissolved the people who was helping.
That's when I figured out that you might be in danger, and hurried here as quickly as I could.
But Why would they go after us, too? All we did was defend Linny in court and help clear his name. Ugh, now we're caught up in this mess, too, aren't we?
Well,
Yep.
you did foil a plan that they were probably pretty proud of, and almost got their name in the process. Speaking of which, did anything strange happen when you drank the primordial seawater?
Well, it can't be a coincidence that the traveler fainted just now. He said that he heard that voice calling for Vache again. Oh, and this time Paimon heard it too. But it was real faint. Does this situation have to do with the primordial seawater then? Does that mean the primordial seawater raises someone's sensitivity to hydro when it's used on people who are not from Fontaine?
That doesn't sound like too much of a bad thing, to be honest.
New intel? While you were out cold?
Yeah.
Well, let's hear it, shall we? Oh,
I guess it doesn't matter because you know how Genshin does it.
Vache. That name doesn't ring a bell. I suppose he hasn't stepped forward as a witness in court lately. Since he saw that young woman dissolve, he was at least at the crime scene. But he never gave testimony or any information regarding people dissolving in the primordial seawater. Could he have been threatened? Yes, thank you. This is very important information indeed. We will continue to investigate. Oh, you mean you'll help us investigate?
Well, you did say that our farewell meal didn't really count. That means we're still partners, right? And besides, we're in this now whether we like it or not. You're not gonna let those people who targeted us get off the hook so easily, are you, Traveler?
Demoiselle, do try not to look quite so pleased. You are the face of Spina di Rosula, after all.
Hey, come on, man. Let her be honest. That is a. We must protect that smile, so we will destroy anybody who dare testify against us.
You talk too much. Well, in that case, let's head back to one of our bases, shall we? I'll arrange accommodations for you. We also have some plans to go over, and hopefully we can deepen our bonds as partners. But
Don't worry, you two. With us around, our base is definitely secure.
Well, if they bring a lot of mechs, is it secure then? I don't think so. Alright. Where is this at now? They do love making me run places, I'll tell you that. Alright. Okay. It's over there, but I'll probably go to... I'll put a... No. Now, I will say, I can't see, because the thing's in my way too. Should I move to the side? It's whatever. So, turn around this way. No. Okay, so I'm guessing this way. Yep.
I've never seen anything like. I simply could not.
Yep. But also been thinking we're probably gonna be doing Mortal Kombat when that comes out. Also, where the hell am I supposed to be going? It's down here. Oh, it's up top. Jiminy Cricket. Oh. Well, I'm going to the place now. I haven't talked to any of these people. We got a bunch of food this time around. Which we could make food, but you know, I'm gonna keep up the theme of not having no food in my inventory. Yeah, cause it doesn't even say how much it heals. Oh my god. It doesn't heal nothing. It's like an apple. Let me talk to you. You got something for me? More Fanta. We'll get this. We'll take all that. Cause like I literally have. You know what? We may take some time and make some food finally. I've literally been sitting on this food for a while.
It's right up ahead. But let's make sure we weren't followed first.
I've been keeping watch, Demoiselle. I haven't spotted anyone suspicious thus far.
Very good. But let's not let our guard down for now.
I shall find rooms for our respected guests.
Thank you, Malus. Now, let's continue, Traveler.
Yes. I do like I changed his name. He gave it to the Wanderer or Ryuji. I could have called him Ryu too. I can call him. Oh, it's down there. Drink some water. Yeah, but a lot of games coming out. Excuse me. But there's a lot of games coming out. Street, Street Fighter. Now Street Fighter. We're not talking about that. We will finish Street Fighter. We will. Now for Street Fighter, I may actually put that on Twitch, and I'll probably try to do more edited content here. But definitely we're gonna have some games on there. Starfield, I may end up playing, but we'll see. Definitely Mortal Kombat. Frame when I'm getting Mortal Kombat. I would play the demo. I may play the demo just to get a, rationale. Also, I would like to say, I understand this is base, but why the sewers? I guess nobody would have thought that, but uh, it's Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles without the turtles. Yeah, but it's like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles without being that. It looks nice down here. I like that area over there.
So, this is your base? It's not quite what Paimon imagined.
As I said, they did this update just to flex. They probably people are like, oh, this game doesn't look, the lighting is so weird. Then all the lighting in this game is just god tier. Just by looking at that thing, that probably would have looked worse. But like literally, like look at the fire right there. Like they did a really good job on
Your
that.
accommodations have been arranged. Under the present circumstances, I can confidently say it's the best we have.
Thank you.
Well, our funds have been a little tight lately.
Well, do you know who to blame? Not us. Not us. You and your goddamn snacks are one of the reasons.
After all, we don't allow illegal or unethical profiteering. In fact, our funds often come from citizenry who support us.
Oh my gosh. Non-profit. Or, yeah, non-profit. Oh, yeah, I don't know.
Seems like it's tough times for everyone. But if you have the support of the people, that does sound like it's worth it.
Yes.
To be honest, our financial situation was a lot better back when my father was in charge a few years ago. I'm afraid I'm not quite his equal.
Who? Your dad must have been like, not Scrooge. Yeah, Scrooge McDuck. What is Scrooge? Yeah, his name. I think so. Yeah. Yeah.
Your father, he was the previous boss of Spina di Rosula, right? How did he...
No, probably it's Spinner does Rosula. Rosula. Yeah. Yes.
Mademoiselle, if you'll allow me to explain.
No, I'll explain it myself. I suppose I couldn't run from this topic forever. And as partners, this is something I hope they can understand. My father's name is Callus. Yes, the same one they call Callus the Unfaithful in the streets. 3 years ago, he was accused of murdering his own friend. But he chose a duel to defend his honor instead of standing trial. He died in the duelist's ring.
Oh no.
But I do not believe my father was a murderer. I'm sure he was set up. At the time, I believed that if he only stood trial and was duly investigated, something amiss would crop up, but strangely, he not only requested the duel himself, but rumor has it that even after being seriously injured, to the point where he could be deemed as having lost the duel, he refused to surrender, determined to die in the arena. 3 years later, I still don't understand why he did that. How could he protect his honor if he's dead? If anything, he gave up his chance to defend himself.
That's kind of mean. Real deal's kind of mean. It does seem odd. I wouldn't say it seems odd. Hold on, what? How could he protect his honor if he's dead? Um, I'm guessing he did that for a reason.
The closest piece of info I have is that my father had been investigating the serial disappearances case at the time of his death.
Ah, so that's why you're so determined to get to the bottom of that case.
That's right. I've also tried to investigate the murder my father was implicated in. But I haven't found a single new clue in my countless reviews of the investigation records.
That's why you need us. We're a problem
However,
magnet.
I believe that if the murder case is related to those behind the disappearances, they must know something.
All right.
I must
Trying to
know
figure
what
out
really
that
happened.
noise outside.
Was my father coerced? Framed? Even if he really did kill his friend, I must get to the truth. If only he'd been more open with me when he was still alive. He even hid the fact that my mother died due to complications when giving birth to me.
Oh my gosh. Well, I'm thinking Firebriar by me to say this, but it seems like Overshadowing Dark, your dad is hiding a lot of stuff to protect you. Um, you know, that's not a real good thing to be like. Well, why's my mom not around? You know, she would have been alive if she didn't that you if you weren't born. Get throw like bawling crying. Well, I was keeping it a secret, but you wanted to know.
And now, here I am investigating his death. You really are a handful, aren't you, Papa?
Demoiselle, please, if there is anything I can do, anything at all.
I also will never believe that Master Callus murdered anyone. There are none whom I respect more than the two of you. Master Callus did so much good in life, yet all it took was one murder case for him to be dubbed Callus the Unfaithful. Even our supporters decreased greatly due to that incident, hence our strained finances at present.
Yeah, it takes only one thing.
Wait, if Callus was such a good man, wouldn't people at least be a little suspicious when he was accused?
Just look at this city, like literally, like literally. Someone dies as a show. He must be a murderer. He must have did it. He hoodwinked all of us. You know what? He looks like somebody. He looks somebody. He would do that. I knew it. And they also have duels for you to not go on trial and get your innocence. So, like, this town is not that great.
No. Perhaps people just revel in that kind of drama. It's not something exclusive to people from Fontaine, really. Everyone's like that. People love watching the evil turn over a new leaf, but they also enjoy watching good people fall into an abyss from one slip-up just as much.
Gosh dang. Yeah, she pretty much said it as it is.
Never mind. If Callus was really falsely accused, we have to find the truth.
Yes,
He didn't deserve to have that happen to him.
yes, we know.
There is one other thing. Master Callus's opponent in the duel was Ms. Clorand.
Oh my gosh. So not only did she follow her, save her, but then turn around and be like, you have to think about she killed my dad. And that's like she cannot catch a break. She cannot catch a break.
Her? Well, then, isn't that as good as saying that she was the one who killed him?
Yep.
Yeah, that's not the sort of thing that you can just let go and move on from.
Miss Clorand has always placed great emphasis on the honorable nature of the duel. If her opponent doesn't yield, she will not stop either. She knew Master Callus beforehand and greatly respected him, but seeing how he was resolute in the arena, there was only ever one choice she could have made.
It's not that I don't understand her at all, but I just can't deal with this yet.
I wouldn't expect you to just be like, hey, I know you kill it. Like, I got some bangouts, you know? You want some tea? Some Fanta? No? No? Okay. It's just like,
Don't
okay.
worry, Navia. Paimon knows how you feel. You don't have to force yourself to do that.
Afterward, Miss Clorand told us that at the start of the duel, Master Callus requested that she ensure Demoiselle Navia's safety. Yes, that is our understanding as well.
Oh, Papa. What madness drove you to ask the person who killed you to take care of me? All right. Anyway, that's the information I wanted to share with you. Even if it did sound like I was just complaining towards the end. Thanks. You two should go and rest. This was quite a day after all.
Yep.
Yeah. Harmon's beat.
Please, relax and get some sleep. We will ensure you rest soundly. Whether it be responsibility, this won't do. I must become stronger.
I wasn't actually trying to talk to you. I'm gonna be perfectly honest with you.
Paimon slept so well. This place feels almost too safe.
Come on, shut the hell up. Shut up. Shut up. No.
Huh? Navia? Where did the other two go?
I sent them back to Poisson. It's Spina de Rosula's place of origin, and where we have our headquarters. There's not much for them to do here at the moment.
Paimon gets the feeling that you're just trying to get them off your back. But never mind that. When did you get back? Were you waiting here the whole time?
No, I just returned after going out for a while. I did some investigating yesterday regarding the name Vacher.
Wait, so you didn't sleep at all?
How could I after having such critical new evidence appear?
How could...
Guess Paimon wasn't speaking for everyone just now, huh?
Unfortunately, this name seems to have been wiped from existence. It doesn't seem to have a match anywhere.
Oh.
I suspect that those behind this have already taken steps to hinder an investigation from this angle. But that does prove that this Vacher person is a key witness in the incident.
If the witness is
That mean
gone.
we're too late, though?
No. There is one ray of hope. One place in Fontaine that they would find almost impossible to threaten. No matter how much they wanted to. And that is the archives kept by Chief Justice Neuvillette. A place where detailed files on all the cases in recent years are kept. If the Oceanette you met is one of the young women who went missing recently, we should be able to find some related information there.
So Neuvillette maintains an archive of case files? Whew. Guess that's the hard-working Chief Justice for you.
I'm guessing we're gonna have to go
In
talk
that
to
case,
him.
let's go talk to him, shall we? Aren't you coming along, Navia? Did you get tired?
No, it's nothing. Let's go see the Honorable Chief Justice.
Oh, let me guess. In the spout of everything, she has to go see the person who killed her dad, and also the guy, like, yeah, I accused your father. Because pretty much that he oversees all the stuff, so he prosecuted her dad, so more trauma. But who cares? Let's go and check it out. I'm actually gonna level up. Oh. Sometimes encounter teleport waypoint. Bearing the sub icons. Here it is after you unlock it. That's kind of cool. They have. Alright. Alright, let's. I guess. Okay. No. What? Oh my gosh. How do I? My goodness. What is going on? What is going on? Okay. That could have been easier, but I didn't want to read. I'll be perfectly honest with you. But yeah, Mortal Kombat is coming, and that may be on Twitch too. The only game pretty much I may um, do on YouTube is some of the ideas I'm thinking of, and the games we're probably trying to finish. Actually, that's probably gonna be Street Fighter that we're gonna play. To be perfectly honest, I want to finish that here on YouTube, and of course, Remnant. We're gonna play that on Twitch and finish that. I know, and I played it a lot. Uh, just haven't finished my one on the one I
The place
count
we're
on my
going
stream.
is called the Palais Mermonia. The office of the Chief Justice is on the 4th floor.
Feel free to check the Aquabus map and schedule for details.
I love the bird thing. Sadly, Genshin, you literally have to play. If you're a newcomer, you're pretty much done because you don't get none of the story or side stories or quest items. Because pretty sure you
The
get
Palais is right
this
up ahead. Come on.
or something else, and then the little like boingy slime like things you can only get from event. I'm first gonna go here. I don't think I have any any of those orbs. I've not been trying to find them at all. I stopped. Like Monster is the mount. A lot of the mount I have tried Inazuma a little bit just because to get the cool items, but other than that, no other place I'm trying to find all these orbs.
Halt! Please state your business here. The Chief Justice is presently occupied with official matters. Huh. This place does look pretty heavily guarded. Guess that proves that Nervalet's files are really secure.
Papa, I don't think you should be.
Don't you recognize us?
Oh my gosh.
Huh? Who are you? Just to be clear, I don't care who you are or who...
Flint.
Yep. Paimon can tell. If you're here just to crack jokes, I can point you towards the exit. Unlike some, we're busy, so please leave if you don't have a reason to be here.
No. What I meant to say is...
I love this thing's
Don't
voice.
you remember us from a few days ago? We were at the tri...
Oh, yes, I remember. I read about it in the Steambird. You must be Linny's attorneys. It's all coming back to me now.
We're here today to report and archive some information on a follow-up case.
Huh. Is that even a thing?
Of course. Don't worry. We're here on official business. You can trust us.
All right, then. I'll let you through. Justice is just inside.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, they're very little. Lily talks here. Oh yeah, you can go as. Jesus Christ. We can't have nothing here.
Thanks so much.
Please come in.
Bro, living lavish. Look at all this stuff. Bro, don't you don't look at that book.
Sorry to barge in, Monsieur Nervalet. We only lied to get in because we didn't know any other way.
It's all right. Please let me know how I may be of assistance to you.
So you're not?
We're looking for a man called Vacher. He may have been an eyewitness in the serial disappearances case. If we can find him, we may be able to unearth some key.
Ah, I see. In that case, please wait here a moment while I browse through the files.
He seems chill.
Who knew that Nervalet would be so easy to talk to?
Yeah, I will lie. Like seeing like him like images. I thought he was about to be that dude just on to him, but he's pretty much chill. Strong too. Bro is cool. He's up there with Child with like cool.
Unfortunately, I'm quite certain that no one by the name of Vacher has been involved in any case, criminal or civil, in the past several years. There are no records of him either in the files or in my memory.
Traveler, what if it was really just...
Is that so? I'll write that.
Ahem. Miss Navia, I can understand how you feel. Your father, Callus, was a truly exceptional man.
And what are you trying to say? Are you trying to console me? No. You are not trying to do any of that. I can hear it in your voice. There's no emotion behind your words. You only said those things because you felt like you should.
God dang.
It's just like last time. After my father took his place in the duelist ring, I pushed through the guards to talk to you as a last resort. You even told me then that you thought there was something fishy with the case, yet you still allowed the duel to go ahead. In your eyes, the value of a human life is nothing compared to those cold laws you hold so... If you truly regret my father's death, then why didn't you give me the power to stop him from throwing his life away? Why did you just let him die, despised and hated by all?
God,
Everything was hanging on a thread at that moment. Just the tiniest effort could have changed. There are still so many things I never got to tell him. So many questions he still owes me answers to. If you really have no heart, then just look me in the eyes. I, Navia, will show you the true meaning of regret.
I'm sorry, Miss Navia.
You and my father are truly alike. You keep all kinds of things in your heart, and it's not so much that you can't feel, but that you would never express anything. Oh well. In any case, everyone already knows my apologies for taking my emotions out on you, Monsieur Chief Justice. Let's go, Traveler and Paimon.
Okay. Okay. Jesus.
Navia, are you okay?
I did, guess that. It's not that hard not to guess because he has to do the trials. But I didn't know they actually knew his dad. So it gives him depth. So he's the type of person. He's chill, but he pretty much just says what you want to hear.
I'm fine.
That's a good person to negotiate with, but not a good person to, hang out and ask for, recommendations or something like that.
Rain. It's raining.
You're right. Wasn't it still sunny when we went into the building? And there shouldn't be any active trials today. How strange.
Now that I think of it, on the day my father was convicted of murder, it was also raining.
What is it? Did you think of something?
Yeah, he was outside. It was uncovered and the rain could fall there. Why? Do you think the rain could have affected the crime scene? That thought has occurred to us before. We've even expanded the search area to try to account for that, but didn't find anything of value. Oh? Wait. You don't mean...
So you're saying that the true murderer could have been turned into water? And then got washed away with the rain? Yeah. And if that's what had happened, then no one would have believed your dad, even if he explained what he saw to the authorities.
I really think I found a true genius for a partner. You're completely right. How did I not connect the dots earlier?
Well, what can I say? They call me Sherlock Holmes without the Holmes or the Sherlock.
All right.
Yeah.
Let's go to Poisson. With this new lead in mind, we'll get to the bottom of my father's case for sure.
Yeah, we're gonna make progress for sure this time.
I'm telling you, I'm gonna
Do
be
you want to
fluent
go
in
with me
French
now?
before
Or
then.
do you want to head over by yourself later?
No, we can go. I literally have nothing else.
Great. Let's go then.
There's nothing else I can do right now. I could do the vent, but why? Wait, where? Oh, that's what they mean. I'm not having no time for all that. What's that? I guess that's a easier way to get up. No, this is cool. It's like a shipwreck ship.
Whoa, what a huge ship! Why would a ship be anchored at a place like this?
There's no need to be so surprised. While it may look like a ship, it's actually Spina di Rosula's headquarters.
I guess it works. But y'all like, yeah, headquarters is kind of like open. Somebody just said, look down. Oh, what's down there? Like, okay.
My father was the one who asked for it to be built like this. Perhaps our taste in exterior design is the only thing we occasionally had in common. A gigantic and glamorous ship embodies discovery, opportunity, ambition, and conquest. It symbolizes Spina di Rosula's bright and limitless future.
Alright.
And Paimon thought you were bluffing when you said Spina di Rosula had a glorious past. Paimon was confused why a group with such a history would live in the sewers. But now that Paimon has seen this ship for herself, she's been convinced.
Well, Poisson is where Spina di Rosula began, after all. It's our main base, our home.
Y'all said y'all lost a lot of people, but I got a lot of people down here. Yeah. And building that stuff down there in the sewers, that takes a lot of money. I got some what they call in Gacha World, some whales. Like, they got money to throw, or the song "Money to Blow." Use him.
Malouse, we're back!
Apologies for the wait, demoiselle, and our most important partner. You said before that you still had some business at the court. What brings you back to Poisson so quickly?
About that. It's because my partner here reminded me of something really important. You see, what if my father's case had something to do with water from the primordial sea? You still remember, right, Malus? On that night, it was raining?
Yes, the case was quite similar to that of Mr. Linney's. Both were what you'd call impossible murders.
Could you tell us a bit more about what happened before?
Yeah, of course. Many years ago, something called synth began to gain popularity in Poisson. At a glance, it was a kind of drink that could excite your mood and produce many pleasant hallucinations.
What? So alcohol. You. Yeah. Oh man.
Wait! Didn't that guard guy who turned into water also mention that the primordial water could be used to produce some kind of potion?
Yes, he did. Considering what we know now, it's almost certain that synth is created using water from the primordial sea.
Yeah.
If you drink synth for an extended amount of time, you'll suffer many side effects, such as losing the ability to focus or control your emotions.
So alcohol. So we talk about alcohol. The pretty much is it.
And if you were to stop drinking it completely, you'll experience flashes of paranoia and anxiety while lacking energy to do anything. It's an extremely dangerous substance.
I take that. No. Yeah, alcohol.
As he oversaw Poisson, my father was compelled to put a stop to synth abuse and called for a complete ban of it.
Oh no.
Boss's uncompromising attitude incurred the synth vendor's wrath, but no matter how much they threatened or bribed him, he refused to yield.
So the poor abolition pass or ban? Abolition ban? I think that's what it's called. Ban on alcohol. I don't know.
Not only that, the boss became determined to find the mastermind behind the synth operation and put an end to the problem once and for all.
Yes, but the enemy was very cunning. So he could never get anything out of the dealers, all of whom only sold the stuff and weren't privy to the rest of the operation. Recognizing that, my father decided to contact the dealers in secret and cultivate personal relationships with them. Finally, he was able to convince someone to become his informant.
And let me
The
guess.
man's name was Jacques. He felt greatly ashamed about his work after seeing many families destroyed by synth abuse. That night, my father hosted a banquet at his countryside estate. He planned to meet up and exchange information with Jacques over some food.
And Jock was like, "Hey, Uno reverse card. I'm taking you
But
down."
then, we heard 2 gunshots from the courtyard. We raced to the scene and found my father, still holding a gun, and Jacques, who was already dead on the ground.
Huh? How did that happen? Aren't they on the same side?
Sounds just like Lenny's case, doesn't it? In both cases, the culprit seemed obvious, but neither appeared to have any motive at all. Looking back on it, though, I now believe the most important clue was something we all overlooked at the time. There were pieces of clothing left at the scene. Precisely. It's all thanks to you that I made the connection now. Back then, we all just thought they were some costumes that Jacques used to disguise himself at the banquet. But, considering it now, it's almost certain that they belong to a third person at the scene. With one extra person. You're right. We still don't know what happened. But my intuition tells me that we're on the right track to figuring it all out. I'm finally headed towards the truth.
Jacques was an empathetic man who was infinitely remorseful for his past actions. It's unlikely that he turned on Boss with zero warning. I think this third person is probably the key to the full truth.
Yeah, the third person, more like, the third water.
On that note, however, even though this will not please you, demoiselle, as your and your father's butler, I must still offer a word of warning. Our opponent is insidious and cruel. They are extremely difficult to deal with, and Boss has already lost his life trying to bring them to justice. Even though Spina de Rosula has lost most of its former glory, Poisson has welcomed a new time of peace, and we have been allowed to live out our lives. There is no need to follow your father's path. It would be both wise and in line with Boss's wishes to step back and give up on the case.
If
No.
that's indeed what he wished for, then he should have told me that himself. Was I not the closest person to him? And yet, I was the one most kept in the dark.
Jesus Christ. Haven't we just went over this? He just said exactly what your father was trying to do. He was trying to protect you. And you like, no. We start a revolution. It's real, dude. It's French, the French simulator.
What was the point of him dying without sharing any of the secrets he knew? Did he manage to protect anything in the end?
You still here?
Synth is still here. Callus the Unfaithful is still his epithet. And Spina di Rosula is barely getting by. Nothing has changed. Did he think I'd just accept his meaningless death and live out my life just as meaninglessly?
Bro, what? How you like me? Last time, check, we seen a lot of people. Your clothes. And look at his place. Like, oh my gosh. I understand what she's trying to say, but like, you can't be like, Mila's death. It was me. Oh gosh.
I've never accepted that. Ever. Not since that day, and certainly not now. I want to find out the real answer for everyone's sake. For the missing girls, for the victims, and for myself.
Navia.
This is indeed the best moment to act. Your partner appears to be quite reliable, and more importantly, Demoiselle, I think...
So you do know something else, Malus.
Yes, I do. In fact, even before that banquet, Boss already knew of the connection between Synth and the serial disappearances case. But what drove all the tensions to the boiling point was the revelation that you, Demoiselle, had been selected as the next target to disappear.
What?
Boss also didn't tell you that he had been diagnosed with a rare illness.
Oh
The
my
doctors
gosh.
told him that he had no more than 5 years left to live.
Jesus Christ. Bro, this family, like, can we just talk about this? Like, oh my gosh. Like, out of, out of all the people in this game, who I can't remember all the people in the like in families and characters. I'm gonna be perfect. She's the worst of. Both of her parents are gone. Her mom died of complications. Jesus Christ. This clan ad all over fucking again. Then turns around. Not only is her dad dead, the person who killed her is protecting her, trying to protect her. Then Monsieur Neverlet convicted him and looked at her straight in the eyes and did not help her, but then try to, be nice and give her a resolution, but then looked at her back in her eyes and said, "I'm sorry." Like, and then just go back to the dad. The dad found out he will die anyway in 5 years, and he knew his daughter was about to be next, and he had to take. He had to, like literally. He had like literally he made the people in the background made sure he had to die. Bro had no reason. His daughter was about to be next. he was about to die anyway, so he could protect her. So he literally had to say, "Protect my daughter." Not protect my daughter. That's all that we'll have this duel. I'll die, but protect my daughter. We're all good. Like, gosh, dang, kid. And then they broke pretty much. Oh my
And the
gosh.
serial disappearances case caused him great anxiety. 5 years was nowhere near enough time to resolve this long-standing conflict. But once he passed away, all the danger would pass on to you. Knowing all of this, he decided to use one final intimidation tactic before his death. He claimed to have already gotten his hands on some key incriminating evidence for the other side, and even told some members of Spina di Rosula about the details. But as long as you remained safe, he would not share the evidence with the public. If something were to happen to you, then he and all those he told would immediately expose all they knew about Synth and the disappeared victims.
Right. So nobody would be able to get off scot-free.
As we've seen, Boss's tactic has worked. Even though Boss has been gone for a long time, the other side has not tried to take Demoiselle's life.
No, I don't believe it. He never appeared to look sick to me.
No father wants their daughter to see them weak and haggard, especially someone as proud as Boss.
Man, oh
To
man.
him, dying in a duel and suffering lasting dishonor as the unfaithful were still far preferable than losing face in front of his daughter.
As I said, I thought something was fishy when, he did. I even said, I was like, he probably did that for a reason. He was talking about, he never, how we protect the honor. He was protecting the honor. He was protecting you. Like, oh my god.
So he chose to die in silence so that he could protect me.
You better not say nothing about that. You better not. This man literally concocted the plan of the century and hinged it on everybody and saved you in the process. Like, you better not say nothing. I swear.
I'm afraid you're not understanding this correctly, Demoiselle. What Boss wanted to hand to you was not a parasol, but a sword. If Boss's spirit could hear you telling me that you want to find the answer for the sake of everyone involved, I'm sure he'd be
That fool. Couldn't he have just given it to me straight?
Oh my gosh.
No. He might have set up everything precisely because he never thought I'd be able to understand him.
Oh my
Is
gosh.
that the amount of confidence he had in me? And what if I was never able to make it to where I am now?
I know we're gonna go on this because the traveler, he knows what to say. This family's stupid. I won't lie. This family's getting messed up. She's emotionally distressed. Like, literally, he told her he died for a cause. She like, why you didn't tell me? You didn't think I could do anything? Nobody said he didn't even do that. Oh my god. He didn't say that. He literally doesn't say. And you like, he didn't care about me. He didn't think I could do it. Nobody said anything. He didn't say that. He was trying to protect you.
Yeah. I suppose that's true. With the way he'd set things up, if I had wanted, I could have just lived out my life without a care in the world.
Yes. Like, that's what.
But thankfully, he rarely talked to me about complex matters, and thus understood little of me as a person. In this case, he really didn't need to give me an easy way out.
Bro. I'm just gonna let it talk.
Malus, what was the key evidence that he shared with you?
It's the location where synth is produced. Essentially, it's the enemy's headquarters. When he was threatening the enemy, Boss didn't share the specifics of the incriminating evidence he found. But if you want to use it against the enemy, you'll still have to take several things into consideration.
Why? If we know where the place is, can't we just go storming in?
Pipeline. Jesus Christ. Yeah, can we just go storming into the enemy base? Yeah. Where our forces dwindled, we can go in there, guns a-blazing.
You mustn't forget that we're fighting against a mysterious and dangerous organization that's been in operation for decades. There's no telling what might be lying in wait at their headquarters. We also have no idea what kind of evidence we may be able to find inside, nor what people we may be able to capture.
Yeah, because they could just be like, Uno reverse card, turn to water, gluk gluk, done.
But a single visit to their headquarters would be tantamount to a formal declaration of war. The worst case would be that we leave empty-handed, but also open ourselves up to full retaliation.
Then, in that case, why not work with the Fontaine authorities?
Oh my gosh. Paimon, you're saying the worst ideas right now.
Well, you saw one of them dissolve during Mr. Linney's case. We have no idea just how thoroughly they may have been infiltrated.
Huh. That's true. Seems my father really had no choice.
Okay, finally, you finally figured it out.
But things are different now. It should be a lot easier to prove the other side's guilt, now that we've connected Synth with the disappearances case.
You sound like you've put a lot of thought into this, Maloose.
I am the butler, after all. I live but to serve the boss and Demoiselle's will. I've always been willing to take on any kind of risk for your sake. But considering my relative lack of ability, I've spent my time keeping secrets, performing basic investigations, and waiting for the right time to come.
Thank you for all of that, Maloose. Have you discovered anything new in the past few years?
Let me think. One conclusion I came to was that the enemy must be quite familiar with Spina di Rosula, or at least have an informant planted here. When I announced orders to the organization's members on Demoiselle's behalf, I used to deliberately keep a few people in the dark and observe the reactions of the synth vendors. If the vendors didn't change their plans, then the individuals informed of our orders must be innocent. If the vendors packed up and fled, however, then someone must have given them the news. After several rounds of testing and investigative tracing, I've narrowed the suspect list down to 3 people. The first is Florent, Spina di Rosula's senior advisor.
Huh?
Yes, surprising, isn't it? He was one of the people Boss trusted the most. Which also means that he was someone who understood Boss really well. Thanks to his position within Boss's innermost circle, he always knew our upcoming plans and could thus avoid capture this whole time. There's someone else like him too. Marcel, the head of Confrérie of Cabrières.
Uncle Marcel.
It's a guild in Poisson. Boss helped it to grow to its current size. In the beginning, they were only reselling some daily goods, but now they're one of the richest guilds around, with a lot of business connections in the city.
So, they're like a sister organization of Spina di Rosula?
Yes, you can say that. When we were fighting against the synth dealers, they provided us with plenty of support. It's a bit difficult to imagine someone using their own money to hunt down themselves.
That's the easiest way, so I can get more money.
The final suspect is Thierry, the man responsible for coordinating information between Spina di Rosula and the guards.
Yeah, it's him. It's him.
Although the guards mostly leave us to our own devices, there are still many activities we have to report to the local authority. Since Thierry is always in the know about our current activities, he could theoretically always plan one step ahead.
It's him.
I see. These are all people who I communicate with quite regularly. To think that the enemy we've been fighting against has been right next to me all along, among those I trust the most. It's almost too hard to believe.
I can believe it.
If you want to investigate them, please take every precaution to not alert the quarry. Judging from our experience, the enemy is extremely cautious.
Of course. And thank you, Malus. You've provided us with a lot of great information.
You're too kind, my lady. I'm just doing my duty.
Bro, we're my boy Silver in the background crying right now. Oh.
And before I forget, proving Boss's innocence would also mean clearing him of blame in Jacques' death. After that incident, Jacques' wife and daughter were taken into the Spina's care. They still live in Poisson today.
Oh.
If it might help, you could also pay them a visit. I can make the necessary arrangements.
I would say no.
Thank you so much, Malus. You really are the best.
A new case awaits, my dear partner. I hope we can work together to uncover the truth and end this case once and for all.
Oh gosh.
It is settled, then. Please excuse me, and enjoy your conversation at your leisure.
So I got. So, how'd your dad die? How'd your dad die? Did he like fall over? Like, did you see him trip and he got shot? Did he? You know how it happened? How did it happen? Did you see the person who killed him? How he died? It's like, oh,
Thank
yeah.
you for arranging everything for us, Malus.
Excuse me, miss. Do you need anything from us?
Oh my God, the girl, the girl is already not messing with anything. I knew it. She got on guard immediately.
Hey, Navia's all quiet. This isn't like her at all.
Well, she like you're the person. My you're the daughter of the person who think to be killed my dad.
I'm sorry that I only came to visit after all this time.
Ah, if it's about that, there's no need to apologize. After my husband died, Spina di Rusula sent us a lot of mura and support. I understood your guilt and apology to be genuine.
But aren't all of those things nothing compared to the loss of Jacques? I can understand the kind of pain that comes with...
You don't understand at all.
I knew it. Yeah.
How to face you. Because I didn't know what I could possibly bring as a consolation gift. I know only the full truth could bring closure to you. And to all of us.
Bro, wait, this bro, this girl is such an we have not said anything. She has came there immediately, saw her, she goes, He's like, can we help? No, you can't help. Like, bro, calm down.
I'm sorry. I appreciate the sentiment, but you don't have to carry all that guilt.
I like how the mom is like, not disregarding. Yeah, she a little crazy. Don't disregard her.
On the matter regarding my husband, my daughter and I have more or less found our answer already.
Would you mind sharing it with me?
Oh my gosh.
I always knew that my husband's money was earned through others' suffering. He told me countless times that if he could turn back the clock, he would never go into the synth business again. He had many regrets, and felt that he took the idea of providing for his family too literally. For the longest time, he thought Mora was everything. So when Mr. Callis came to him with a proposal, he accepted it almost immediately. He tried to be as careful as he could, but even so, he was still found out by the higher-ups.
They found out About his betrayal?
Papa didn't say that exactly, but Papa did tell me that I should never be ungrateful.
Bro.
Before he left that day, he told me that he had no choice. It was only later that I realized it was his final farewell to the two of us. I don't know that for sure, but you could say that's the conclusion I eventually came to. Which is why I'm the one who should feel guilty. Callus had always taken great care of us, both when he was still alive and after he passed away. Even if he fired the shot that killed my husband, it was likely in self-defense. It is impossible for me to hate him for what he had done.
Wait.
But Mama, why is Papa still the bad guy if he did the right thing?
Right. The right thing!
Papa always wanted to be a good man. So why did he have to do a bad thing in the end?
Well, things aren't always as they seem. You still feel like your papa was a good man.
You shut up. You don't get to say nothing. This whole time you've been dogging out your dad. This whole time you still up to the. Oh well, maybe your dad was thinking of a different reason. No, you don't get to. You don't get to do this.
Yeah, Papa was a really good man, the best in the whole world.
Then you should hold on to that. If a good, regardless of whether he left you.
Oh,
thank you for everything you've told me.
Thank you.
We
Even
still
though your
got the third
personality
person.
is quite different from your father's, your determination when you speak.
You really think so? That's the first time anyone said that to me.
Oh my gosh. We still have the third person.
Are you okay, Navia?
I'm fine. Don't worry. Let's investigate the 3 suspects next.
I swear to God, we gotta talk to
Laurent should be nearby, and we should be able to find Thierry and Uncle Marcel in the city.
Please
I'll get myself together on the way.
Please don't make me have to talk to every. We're gonna have to talk to every.
Greetings, boss. How may I be of assistance today?
I'm sure you've heard about what happened at the Opera House. Someone got turned.
Yeah, I've heard. With something that dramatic, I'm sure journalists will milk it for all it's worth.
It also reminded me, on the day that the incident, after my partner here put the dots together for me, can you do me a favor and try to recall what happened that?
Let me think. Mr. Callus was feeling pretty upbeat that day. So he was drinking and bantering away with us. After that, he told us that he wanted to go get some fresh air. So we let him go without thinking much of it. Who knew that we would hear 2 gunshots ring out right after?
Okay. We got it. 2 gunshots. 2 of them.
My first reaction was that Mr. Callus's life was in danger. So I grabbed my holster and made a mad dash toward the scene.
Yeah, no, he's innocent. He's innocent. He's innocent. Immediately, that man said, I heard some gunshots. The boss. It's running.
But when I got
that's a
there,
bro right there.
It was already too late. Mr. Callus was standing over a dead body with a gun in his hands. All we could do was look back and forth at each other, not knowing what to say.
So you also remember 2 gunshots then?
Indeed. The guard said that the first shot didn't hit anyone, while the second killed Jacques. But I've never really bought that explanation. Reason being, Mr. Callus had left his gun on the table. I even made sure to confirm that before running to the scene. But according to the guards, that doesn't mean he couldn't have had other guns on his person. About the clothes left at the scene that you mentioned. Do you think there was a...
At least from our perspective, my father had no reason to kill. So he would also have no reason to bring an extra gun with him. The gun he was holding probably belonged to Jacques, or a third person on the scene.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. So you're saying Mr. Callus ended up with the gun because he seized it from one of the other guys? But hold on. If that's what had happened, then why didn't he share the truth with any of us? He didn't even want to face the Oratrice machine, and chose instead to prove his honor in a... Did he lose all faith in the courts after seeing someone dissolve right...
About that, I'll tell you everything once...
I understand. And if I may just say one more thing, the whole callous the unfaithful epithet has been a thorn in my side. Many people have laughed at me for still calling him Mr. Callous. But it was Mr. Callous's trust that allowed me to rise through the ranks of Spina di Rosula. No matter what others might say, he'll always be the man I
Don't worry. You and all our other...
Please, please, he gotta be faithful. Bro literally said, nobody gonna talk about my bro like that. Nobody gonna dog him out like that. Like, you can feel the power he's talking. That man said, nobody gonna talk about my boss like that. Oh, well, hey. Okay.
Hey, Thierry, it's me.
Oh, now, what brings you here, Miss Navia? I've heard that you made quite the name for yourself at the Opera House.
Oh, so you've got news of that.
Oh, okay. Hey, I'm also a member of the Guards, you know. The way you make it sound, people would think I was sent off to Poisson because I had done something wrong.
Are you sure there isn't a little bit of truth in that? Under normal circumstances, shouldn't you have been called back to the city already?
I mean, where I work, it's really up to me. Let's just say I enjoy the ambiance of Poisson. Callus did a fantastic job running the town, building Spina di Rosula from the ground up and clearing many obstructions in my way.
Dude, no. If he's not the person in charge, I don't care. Bro said, clearing most of the obstacles in my way. Yeah. He did a great job.
It'd be next to impossible for me to find a similarly easy but high-paying job in the city.
Bro. He had to get this person.
Anyway, enough chit-chat. Are these two friends of yours? You, here for some formal business?
Yes. These two are my partners. What happened at the Opera House made us realize that Linny's case and my father's may be related. We're trying to reinvestigate the details of my father's old case.
I thought we were supposed to keep this a secret. Why you? Yeah, we trying to figure out. We try to talk to people right now.
I get it. You think there might be more to the case now that we know people can be dissolved into water, right? I was also flabbergasted when I first heard of it. If you want to go through the original files from your father's case, I can help you look for them.
That'd be much appreciated. Thank you. Actually, I have another question. Do you have the authority to dispatch Gardamex?
Of course. Without them, I couldn't possibly handle Poisson on my own. Why do you ask? We definitely can.
Well, you see, just recently, we were attacked by a horde of unnumbered Gardamex in the city. So, if you...
Too highly of my ability. If I had to make an analogy, when you order a dish, the chef will make it for you. You can ask the chef to cook, but not to massage your shoulders or carry your baggage.
What?
If you try to make unreasonable demands, the chef would just think you're out of your mind and ignore you completely. The same goes for me and my Gardamex. Removing a serial number is also not as easy as you might think. There are a lot of complex steps to it, and it's almost impossible to keep it a secret. So I can promise you, those mecha, they're certainly not cheap. So, whoever their owner is must be super...
Oh, then you're officially in the clear, Thierry.
Oh, well, thank you for the vote of confidence, Navia.
Bro, if he was working with them, he immediately would be on up. Where he'd be like, so I gotta ring. She found us. She's looking at it, but she does suspect me. Like, why would you say?
Jokes aside, I'd like to wish you all the best with your investigation. I'll be staying in the city for a little while, so just come find me if you need any support from the guards.
Maybe it's both the guards guy and the sister company.
Quit following me.
I do love this water. I fear no water now.
Hello. How may I help you? I'm here to see Marcel. Could you please let him know? You can just say Navia's looking for him. Sure. I will let him know right away.
I don't know why she says she sounds like a robot.
Navia, hello. Sorry to keep you waiting. I'm not as young as I used to be, so my legs are giving out a bit.
Oh, it's all right, Uncle Marcel. There's no need to stress. I just wanted to talk to you briefly about what happened in the Opera House.
Yes, I've never seen anything so strange.
Oh, you were at the Opera House too?
That's right. I went there with Navia to see the magic show. Who knew it would turn into a whole murder mystery? I also witnessed your marvelous sleuthing work. Quite impressive. To beat the Hydro Archon at her own game on her own turf, I can already imagine everyone in Fontaine discussing your exploits over a few glasses of wine.
Oh, Paimon doesn't want to become the talk of drunkards.
Apologies. It's just how Fontaine is as a nation. Everyone loves drama and theatrics.
Uncle Marcel, you've also noticed that other thing, right? The fact that...
Yes, I was reminded of your father's case right away. Is that what you're in?
Exactly. I still don't have much solid...
Oh, and...
We were attacked on Araneus by some unnumbered Gardamex. And there was also an attempt to get me to drink water from the primordial sea.
I would like to say, she keeps on saying this. Why are you telling them this?
If not for the vigilance of my partner, I probably wouldn't even be here talking to you right now.
Oh, you're giving us too much credit. Wasn't it you who protected him?
Alas, it seems things are heating up again. The peace that... But rest assured, Navia, Poisson will always remain a safe haven. If anyone dares to lay their...
Thank you, Uncle Marcel. Do you have any new thoughts on my father's case?
About that. Sorry, my age is... The confrérie was responsible for that banquet, so I was out and about the whole time making sure things were running smoothly. Then I heard the sound of a gunshot, and the rest...
Oh, it's okay.
Sounds good. Just all my wealth comes from...
So, we already know. Wait, where am I? Okay. He said one shot, gunshot. Oh, that's in game. I was like, I hear a train. I guess it's a train.
We've talked to all three suspects, purely based on their conversations with me.
None of them sounded particularly suspicious.
I suppose that's to be expected, though. If a single conversation's all that's needed to find them out, then my father wouldn't have needed to investigate the case for so many years. Anyway, even though we didn't make a breakthrough, let's still compile...
But where should we start? Ah, you're right!
According to Jacques' family members, he already told them that he had been discovered, and that he had no choice before he left home that day. If I had to guess, he probably received an order from the synth boss to kill my father. Had he refused, he and his family's lives would have been forfeit.
So, Jacques fired the first shot?
Oh? And why is that?
Ooh, that's a good point. Jacques probably already knew that he was just being used as a tool for murder. And once he had completed his mission, he'd be of no more use to his boss.
Huh. So, what would make more sense from his perspective would be to turn his back on the Order and seek... Makes sense. But without evidence, that's still just a theory.
A game theory.
Besides Jacques, the attack from the Gardamex has been bothering me quite a bit as well. It's obvious that our enemy has become more antsy after the secret of the primordial seawater was revealed.
Do you think he knew, even then, that we'd follow this lead to the...
Given everything that's happened since, it's quite possible. But who among the 3 suspects would have the ability to control privately owned Gardamex? Uncle Marcel? My father did really trust him. And they worked together on a large number of projects. Maybe that's how he got to know Jacques. And with funds from the Confrérie, he could also afford a large number of Gardamex. It's still really hard for me to imagine, though. Also, wouldn't this mean he has been spending a whole lot of mora and energy to fight his own... Florent?
No!
So you're saying...
Exactly. He can't. And even if he could, I don't
I pressed the
think
wrong... I pressed the wrong one. So I was right. I just did that because they said that.
Theory,
I knew.
per se? But...
Yeah. If the mecha were taken...
Who could it be?
That was irrelevant.
You know, if you think everything through...
Could we be missing other suspects?
The suspect is knowledgeable about the Spina's internal affairs, has the means to dispatch Mecha to assassinate us, and possesses significant intellect and foresight. Even if I don't want to believe it, I'm starting to see how things could all tie back to...
Well, we still have another trump card on top of all the theorizing and speculating.
Yes. Malus did. We need far more solid proof before...
Navia, here you are. Oh, I've been looking for you.
Huh? Aren't you...
Yeah. News came from Irenaeus just after you left.
Wasn't that place built specifically for holding trials? What's so newsworthy about...
I know. But they said the person they're putting on trial is a Fatui harbinger called Tartaglia.
What? Is that someone you know?
Yeah, we know him. Maybe even a little too well.
Well, he's been accused of being the true culprit behind the serial disappearances case.
Wait, how? None of our investigations have had anything to do with him.
That's what I thought was strange about it, so I came to tell you the news right away. If the charge against him stands, then it'll be next to impossible to get the guards to support any of our planned investigations.
Right. Because they'll think they've already found the...
Yeah.
I understand. Well, partner, what do you think we should do? We still haven't found any conclusion. Huh? Split up? What do you mean? Just as... Since this is a trial about the serial disappearances case, the culprit's attention will be focused on Irenaeus. You're right. This is... I won't have any chance of making that charge stick, though, unless we find more evidence. It'll be...
We'll help you.
Demoiselle, please allow us to accompany you.
I'm ready.
Ah, Malou, Silver, when did you...
We heard that it's our hope that your confidence will be bolstered.
Thank you so much. Then, let's make haste for Arrhenius.
See you then! Now that Navia has set out for Arrhenius, we should also get going. The location has already been marked on the map, so let's head over. Huh. According to Malus's info, the synth production base is underwater. Let's go and try to find the entrance.
Alright. Well,
Go!
yeah, it is. I don't want to fight as a water traveler because he's not as good. He's really not that great. I just like him aesthetically. But other than that, that's probably going to be it. Oh, I see in the distance that it's a shrine. What the hell is that over there? Okay. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff to... What the hell is that over there? No, it's a... Wait. Okay. Other than that, that's gonna probably be it. Now, we're gonna have probably... We'll see by this week that video of my trip coming out. And also, we're gonna have another stream. It's probably gonna be later on in the week, but we'll see. I'll try to get a little stream here and there out, and we're gonna get some other stuff because I think Mortal Kombat doesn't come out this week, but I think in about 2 weeks it's coming out. But there's a lot of games we're about to get ready and come out, and I probably will do Mortal Kombat early, get the early edition, just to get all the characters. Because Homelander, Omni-Man, and some other characters. I'm mostly just hyped for Homelander and Omni-Man. The other ones are cool, but those are my favorite ones right now. Favorite shows too. Animated Invincible is good. Homelander, no Home. The Boys is one of my favorite shows. If not, no, it's one of my favorite shows. Like up there, it's top 5 or top 3. But other than that, that's pretty much it. And I'll see y'all guys later.